Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program. My name is Martin, aka Hillstash. So, I was away for the weekend, long weekend here in Canada, Thanksgiving. It was very nice, family, friends, and such. Good food. But I'm back now, and I had queued up a bunch of videos to come up over the weekend, so there wouldn't be a gap. And got lots of good comments on those videos. Everyone saw me go to Jool and make a fairly large mistake. I had some good suggestions about what to do about that. Can't remember who offhand. Maybe I should just quickly check. Had some other good suggestions as well for other things to do. Let me see. Oh, and I asked about the mouse as well, and so you see the mouse is back. That's good. Let's see. Oh no, wrong video. I had another request to. Don't know where people were putting these comments, so I don't see it anymore. Earthworm Jim, or J11M, longtime subscriber of mine, said that I should put an interstellar craft out just for the fun of it. I agree, that would be pretty fun. So I think I'll do that at some point, maybe soon. Anyway, I need to fix the Jool craft, and I can't remember who suggested I attempt to figure 8 around one of the moons. So if you've seen Apollo 13, and if you've been playing this game, I can't imagine you haven't seen Apollo 13. You'll know when they drew on the chalkboard, they go around one side of the moon and come out the other side. So it looks like they're essentially doing a figure 8. So that would switch a prograde to a retrograde orbit. Whether or not that's going to work or not, something to be seen. Anyway, I'm going to head on in there and we'll check and see if we can get this to work. So what is going on? There's Tylo. That might be what we just passed of Val, where I was trying to go, and there's Laythe over there. Okay. And I fixed it, so we're not going to go back in the atmosphere. So now, essentially, how much fuel do we have? A good amount of fuel, but again, this theoretically should be enough to get us back home as well. So let's just say everything in these tanks is going to be for inter-Julian maneuvering, and then everything in the big tank and the exterior tanks there for the nuke engines will be to attempt to get us home. So we can make some fixes, but I think what I'll do is just accelerate around until we get an encounter, and then play with the encounter to get it to attempt to do a figure 8 and come back around, so we're prograde on Jool instead of retrograde. So I'll bring you back in when that occurs. That didn't take very long. It's not a very big periapse though. What would we need to bring it down quite a bit. Could we do that from here, or do we have to do that out here? I have no idea. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm still warping. I did discover that was one of my errors earlier in an earlier video, that if it looks like you've got absolutely no controls, it's possible you're still warping. So if we go retrograde, I mean, we've got to watch so we don't go down in the atmosphere here, but that's working. Very slow though. And that takes us down into the atmosphere. So I guess we'll fix it just when we get around to the other side. Oh, I could also think maybe rad minus might. Or plus? Yeah, rad plus might. Let's try that. Because that should push the periaps up as well, maybe, as bringing this down. And how's the... We're still on an inclined orbit too, so that's something to think about fixing. Ah, see, that's pretty smart. Again, that's not really changing things much down here, and it's changing it a good amount there. I'm also not getting any sound. Oh, it's because I've got it going through the speakers. Let's go through the headphones. There we go. My theory is that doing it further out here will... Well, my speed's fairly low, although fairly low is obviously relative. It would have been best if I could have fixed it right up at the top of my orbit. What if we just really give it a blast? Too much. Oh, now we're 1,000,000 kilometers there. So yeah, we'll fix it when we get closer. That's probably the closest we'll be able to get for now. Is that going to be enough? I think I want to be a lot closer. Wonder if the conics are messing up again. When I upgraded my mech jab to the latest version as well. Oh, it's got phase angles. Offhand, that's the only thing I see that's new. Hey, it's using the same calculator I use as well. That's awesome. That is super handy just to even have those numbers. And presumably it would have a... That might not be it. They don't have a switch your orbit from prograde to, or from retrograde to prograde. That would be handy. Presumably somewhere they might have angle to prograde there. Is that what? That might be the thing that will help with when to burn for your interplanetary burns. I think that's new. Anyway. I don't think this is going to be able to get close enough. I think maybe what I want to use is Laythe to aerobrake around it and slow down some. So maybe I'll just kind of zoom around until that happens. But I will bring back when we get closer to Val and do another flyby of it. quite lucky with these Val encounters. Maybe it's not luck. I'm betting there's something to do with my orbit and being close to Vals. I don't know. It seems every orbit of Val I'm getting an encounter of some type or another, which is interesting, and I'm not getting a Laythe encounter, which seemed, at first it was hard to avoid them, but so it's a bit closer. Where am I going to end up? See, it's going to change my orbit slightly every time, too, that I do an encounter. So that's kind of neat. Where's the sun right now? Am I going to... No, it's going to mostly be a dark encounter again. Yeah, mostly dark encounter. Anyway. Actually, should keep an eye on my eccentricity. So it looks like I'm coming in over top. Is it? Maybe I should have changed that down here to... Yeah, I want to... Maybe I'll fix that next orbit when I get down closer to Jool. So I'm a little... not eccentricity. Keep saying the wrong thing. What's that term? It's the inclination is what I want to fix. Eccentricity is how oblong my orbit is, how much more elliptical it is. And eccentricity of 1 is a circle. Eccentricity of 0 is a straight line, I believe. Or maybe a hyperbola. I don't know. But anyway, 0.72 means my orbit's fairly elliptical, which... Oh wait, but this is giving me my eccentricity of this current Val thing. Anyway. Or is it maybe eccentricity of 0 is a circle? Yeah, actually that's probably it. Eccentricity of 0 is a circle, 1 is a straight line. Don't learn your math from me. It's been too long for me. Okay, so I have a Laythe encounter here. I decided I'd keep it. It's killing... I'm coming kind of in front of it here, so it's going to kill some of my energy off, I guess. In the real world, my energy is lost and it's gained to Laythe because I'm coming out in front of it. I'm pulling it towards me, which is pulling it more into its orbit. It's giving it a little bit more speed, and it's pulling me back in this direction, which is killing off a bit of my speed. But of course, it's all dependent on mass, and it weighs a whole lot more than I do, so it's not going to affect it pretty much at all in terms of anything you could measure, whereas for me, it's changing my apoaps from 38 million down to 31 million, and my periaps it's kicking out to 2.7 million. So, I'm going to let that go. I've decided I'd let that go instead of trying to not have that encounter, because I don't need any more Val encounters. I'm going to try for the Laythe encounter. This one isn't going to help me though. I think what I really want is for me to come up around on this side and then kind of swing around it and hopefully come back out and come around Jool this way. That's the plan. I again have no idea if it'll work. But let's head on into Laythe and see. Okay, this is looking like what I want. Need to bring that down some. Connex is unsure if this is going to work or not. Let's try retrograde first. That would be further kicking out my periapse and bringing down my apoapse. There we are, stabilized. I don't know, of course, I'm going to have to look up where does the atmosphere start. 55,000 meters. I want to come in kind of as close to that as I can, but not actually hit it. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm at periapse, am I going to burn? Or attempt to get in orbit? Or maybe I do want to aerobrake. Let me think about this a second. If I do aerobrake, it'll kill off some of my velocity, and I come out the other side. If I kill off enough to get in orbit, then all I have to do is escape again at the correct time to be prograde. I think how am I doing for fuel? Down to just about half. This is where we're reaching definitely the limits of my orbital knowledge. I like to think I'm fairly knowledgeable, but oh yeah, look at that too. It's also, maybe I want to go, where is this then? Am I coming in? I want to bring it down, I think. So I think it'll go this way. Yeah, I know a good amount about how to do things, and you can do a lot just kind of by the seat of your pants. This is going to use a lot of fuel, isn't it? I'm going to use some fuel, but I think it'll be worth it. Now we're down to 22. Okay. Again, I just don't know how close in to come. It says it starts the atmosphere starts at 55, so 22 shouldn't be too deep in. Let's just try that and see what happens. If we skip back out, we haven't done too much damage. If we get captured, that would be fairly ideal, I think. Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure if this is going to do anything or work or not. We're down to that tank. Last tank's of fuel for the aerospikes, and fantastic thrust to weight ratio of them. Lots of thrust. Oh, surface thrust to weight ratio versus current thrust to weight ratio. Oh, that's neat. I didn't notice that there was two different. Surface of what? Jool? I guess, because that's what we're in orbit of at the moment. Ah, this mech jib just gets better and better. Okay. Anyway, let's go to Laythe. Let's see what 22 kilometers will do. Sure hope it's enough. Starting to worry that it's not, and I should go in deeper. No, I think I'm happy with that. I've got so much speed, though. That's the thing, is I'm thinking about this like you're coming in at, and you're both going the same grade, prograde or such. But that's not the case here. Waste a little bit more fuel. It was going to take me in at 20. Let's say, somewhere around there. We'll see. I can always burn retrograde, of course. $60, so I should be not even in the atmosphere yet, right? Oh, goodness. This is crazy speeds. Jober is stoic as always, of course. How are you doing, Kensky? Okay, the G-forces should be rather interesting here. We're in the atmosphere. It feels like we're warping, but nope. We're literally coming in that fast. 20 seconds to go. Okay, 2 Gs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Gs. Okay, I'm glad we don't have G-forces. I think it just worked. I think. If I pop back out the other side, I think I am now prograde. But there's no... Oh, and there's a periapse. Am I coming out? I'm still slowing down. Shoot. Oh, look at the velocity. This really... Tons of velocity killed there. I am coming back up now. Oops. Now I don't want to be captured. Or do I? I don't know. Thank you, Laythe. We shall see if that worked. Up out, just about out of the atmosphere now. That should be just about it for messing with these numbers. Whew. That probably was a spectacular view of fire as that went by. Haha, look at that. Total success. Unfortunately, now we're still almost in the orbit of Laythe, so we're going to keep having some issues if I don't fix that. I think the mission of landing on Val is probably scrapped. Maybe I should have left us around Laythe. I don't know. There's no way we could land on Laythe and get back up with the amount of fuel we had. We'd burned pretty much all of this fuel. I mean, we could land and get back up and then just move and be able to get back to Kerbal. So don't really want to have to rescue Kensky and Jober. Kind of like to deal with this. So what should I do? That encounter would kick me back out, actually. So that's actually good. I could at least maybe get an orbit around Val now that I'm prograde. I'm also honestly in a little bit of shock that worked so well. A little bit too well, obviously, as you saw. I had to do a little bit of burning to escape Laythe again, but that was fantastic. I don't actually know how long I've been recording either, so this might be a good time to split the episode. So if that's the case, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. My name is Martin, and I hope you've been enjoying. Like and subscribe if so.